this is his final moments of his second term in office. The significance of Uhuru Gardens dating back to 12th December 1963 when the Union Jack was lowered and Kenya got her first Prime Minister Mzee Jomo Kenyatta. And then 1 year later, we were still under the leadership of the Queen of England, Queen Elizabeth, who was the head of state. Then in 1964, June the 1st, we got Madaraka and Kenya was able to freely, not really freely, but to govern herself. But in 1964, December the 12th is when we celebrated our first Jamhuri Day, and that is why many Kenyans are asking themselves the many questions on whether it is 57 or 58 years of independence. But the significance of the 58 number is that in 1963 is when Kenya started seeing the significance of finally being Uhuru. The air in the space or the aura in the air was one of freedom, and the then Prime Minister Jomo Kenyatta was semi-significantly head of government, but the head of state was the Queen of England, who's still the reigning monarch in the British monarchy. It's been an entertaining day full of color, many colors indeed. The 19th Battalion of the Kenya Rifles having been given their color, the grays, the beautiful sounds, and the sashes, the beautiful color that we see today of the leaders here who are just leaving this event. But it is also the politics or the unsaid or the said that was undertones, Kennedy Muredi, that probably you can try to pacify for us this afternoon as the guests leave in the background.
Well, Leila, there have been systematic attempts by President Uhuru Kenyatta to introduce Raila Odinga to the people, and today is one such event where even after he had read his speech, he broke protocol and actually invited Raila Odinga to the podium to make his speech. Remember, it went straight from entertainment into Deputy President William Ruto speaking, then straight into President Uhuru Kenyatta speaking. But what has basically happened is that President Uhuru Kenyatta, in breaking the protocol, is systematically introducing Raila Odinga. And this is playing into the fact that we've been told times without number that Raila is President Uhuru Kenyatta's preferred successor. He would rather have him on the podium, or you would rather have him at the helm of this country when he leaves power. And today, even in his speech, President Uhuru Kenyatta was very systematic in saying that he supports the fact that we have to go back to history as a country. Remember, this is what Raila has been saying, and actually it has attracted about a bit of condemnation from the Tanga side, where they have been saying, and I remember just a week ago when the governor for Nyeri, Mutahi Kahiga, was very categorical and saying, if you want to know the history of this country, you remain with Raila Odinga. But if you want to know where this country is headed to, then you have to follow William Samoei Arap Ruto. And today, in the unveiling of this Uhuru Gardens, President Uhuru Kenyatta and Raila have been very categorical in trying to say that this will serve as a history point where most of us Kenyans, even our children, those who are going to come, will learn what this country stands for when they do come to this particular point. So both of them have been able to say that the history of this country is so important, and you have to realize that where we come from is as important as where we are going. Also, Deputy President William Ruto being very deliberate in saying that this country has to accept the fact that we cannot live without institutions. And remember, there have been some institutions that have been said to be hit, and the Deputy President has been very categorical in trying to hit out at the DCI and how it is being used, the KRA, and these government institutions which he has been saying are being used to hit out at those that are supporting him. Remember, every time somebody even moves to the Deputy President's side, there is this connotation that they are coming to be on one side, you know? And that is what they have really tried to downplay today. Even President Uhuru Kenyatta seemingly trying to in a way endorse. Remember in Nakuru, what President Uhuru Kenyatta did when he said, kuna wengine wanatembea, ukiona unaona ni kama ametembea polepole, mzee ametembea polepole, atakuja na akupite. Remember what was happening at Azimio? The crowds there, probably others saying that it was even the government played a part in bringing those in those crowds. So this is what is happening politically.
Well, Kennedy Murray,